The SpongeBob SquarePants movie is a 2004 movie based on the show of the same name, and it is definitely one of the best animated movies, not only directly tied to an animated show, but it's one of the best animated movies so far in this series. The exact same year, in fact, 2004, was an amazing year for animated movies. When the only animated films that came out that year that I didn't like were Home on the Range and Shark Tale, that's quite an accomplishment. And even then, there are some people that debate on whether they like those two films or not. Every other film that year were classic after classic, to the point where I don't think that there was any other year that came close, until 2012. And I believe that the SpongeBob SquarePants movie is one of the best from that year. The only animated movie from 2004 that I find better than this one is The Incredibles, but the SpongeBob SquarePants movie is a close second. SpongeBob is a series that I have talked about on my channel before. The first review that I've ever done was on an episode of the series, and you guys already know what I think about Camp Coral, but this is the first time that I'm talking about one of its movies. Sponge Out of Water I'll be getting to another time, and I like that movie too, and I haven't seen Sponge on the Run by the time that I'm making this video, but from what I've been hearing, it's not good. So, you know the story of this movie by now. SpongeBob is basically excited to get the job as the manager of the Krusty Krab 2, but Mr. Krabs doesn't give him the job because he's not mature, leading SpongeBob into a depressive episode. All while this is happening, Plankton steals the crown from King Neptune, leading Mr. Krabs to be framed for the action completely. And so SpongeBob and Patrick need to get to Shell City to get King Neptune's crown back, otherwise Mr. Krabs will get executed as a result. Something that I really do appreciate about this movie is that even though yes, this is a SpongeBob movie and so yes, there are going to be jokes, this movie is the most cinematic of the bunch, in that the movie is actually fit to be released on the big screen, and the film is the most tear-jerking of them all. Sponge Out of Water was also good, but the film only relied on jokes and that's it, and Sponge on the Run is uninspired from what I've heard. Yes, there is a problem that this movie does have. This is an animated movie that you can basically describe as a road trip movie, where the characters need to travel across the land in order to retrieve something. It was a lot more prevalent after this movie. But what works about the SpongeBob movie in comparison to something like the Teacher's Pet movie or the 2017 MLP movie is that this is the only template that they use for the film, so this movie thankfully doesn't go the stupid Act 2 breakup route, which was prevalent constantly even during the time that this movie was released. Everything else that this movie does is completely exclusive to it. I like SpongeBob's arc in this movie where he learns how to embrace his immaturity, which seems to have amped up after this movie for some reason, and this movie is generally quotable, though that might be because of the fact that I watched this movie constantly when I was little, but regardless, on top of this movie's more heartwarming moments, this movie is also really funny. Patrick basically antagonizing King Neptune into dropping the number of days that he'll be giving SpongeBob and Patrick to get King Neptune's crown back. The iconic moment where the stairs that led down to the monster trench makes a bunch of roaring noises. The memorable line that is a variation of the My Leg gag where Fred says, "My eyes!" And also the line that I would basically give to sum up movies like Rock Dog and Boss Baby, where King Neptune thinks that Mindy is stalling! But just like what I said towards Drake and Josh Go Hollywood, even though I do think that the SpongeBob SquarePants movie is the best movie that I reviewed so far, I don't actually have a lot to really say about it, because there's only so many times that I could say that the movie is funny and heartwarming before I need to move on to the next review. Speaking of which animated movie am I going to review next? Oh, great.
Everything